Hello friends, I am Dr. Ram Gopal, a full-time practicing ophthalmologist and author of the book Sure Success Magic. Ever since I took a long drive a couple of months back, I've been wanting to make this video, but finally today the time has come and here I am doing it. When I talk about a long highway drive, I'm not talking about a dark desert highway. Some of you who have heard the song Hotel California by the rock band Eagles will realize that I'm talking about that song. For those of you who haven't heard it, you don't have to be a major rock music fan or an English music fan, but it's really worth hearing the song once. So maybe immediately after this video, you can do that. So sometimes getting away from it all and taking a long drive really frees up your mind and gives you time to contemplate on things. So that is when I conceptualized this video, and I thought I should put my thoughts across to you guys. So the journey which I'm talking about, my journey was from Bangalore to Kodaikanal, which is about 480 kilometers away. So it is not a small journey by any stretch. Similarly, if I could draw a parallel with NEET PG, it is still a long way away, about 10 months away. So we have to, rather you have to plan your journey. I took the help of Google Maps, where you can find the route, the probable breakfast stops on the way, the exact distance from your departure to your first stop. These things Google Maps helps really well. Similarly, you have to plan your pit stops, or you'll have to have maybe a strategy for the mid-year session exams, which I'm sure most of you will be writing. And what is your strategy for the November session exams? These are all things which you will find in your which you'll find en route to your destination if it is ultimately NEET PG. So these are some things which you have to plan. And reviews about the road, these days all roads are good, but there are some good websites like teambhp.com, which gives reviews of people who have taken the same road. Similarly, you will find reviews about various classes, various books, various apps, and how each topper used a different method. But ultimately, you have to realize that for each person, his or her method is special, or his or her tools which they used is special. But ultimately, you have to figure out that you will make hold of one tool and use that to the maximum, along with any other tools, until you get to your destination, which is the NEET PG. And of course, for a long journey, you need some eatables, some munching stuff on the way. Otherwise, things get very boring. You need to stock up with water and these things. But for the NEET PG, the parallel which I can draw over here is that you have to have your classes, or your coaching class, or your app, or these things decided beforehand. It is not like, I will start the journey and then fix my vehicle. No, that's not going to happen. Before you start your journey, ideally you should have your vehicle well tuned up or serviced. Similarly, think about what is the exact base book or base coaching class notes, or what you're going to be used as a base, and build further upon that. And for any journey, especially long journey, the earlier you start, the earlier you reach. So I ended up leaving very early in the morning, around 4:30, well before daybreak, so that the traffic was very less, and I could cover a good distance, or maybe even half the distance, by the time the actual sun broke out. So that gives you an extra edge in reaching your destination faster. Similarly, people who have started NEET PG preparation earlier will have an extra edge in that they already know what they are into, or what kind of questions to expect, or what is the difficulty level of the questions and such things. It doesn't mean that those who start late, or those who start a little later, or those who start now are going to be at a loss. Not at all. They will also reach the destination, but you have to make up for the time in between. And as I was driving, I realized that the roads, for almost three-fourths or even almost the full journey, the roads were excellent, but I ended up paying a toll at short distances, or sometimes at reasonably long distances, but it was toll roads all the way. So the roads are very well laid out, but they cost. Similarly, for your NEET PG, you may be using any coaching class or any books or any apps, but these all cost. They are a part of the journey. So no point in thinking, oh, this is going to cost me so much or that is going to cost me so much. As doctors, we have to learn that we are investing in this for our future. So this is a small investment which probably you guys are learning to make. Tomorrow, if you have to start your own practice, or if you have to, even have like I always say, a 10 by 10 clinic. What is the advance you have to pay? What is the rent you have to pay per month? What is the electricity bill you have to pay? Or if you have a bigger hospital, the overheads, everything, all this comes as an investment. So don't hold back on anything thinking of this costs so much or this costs so much. These are all reasonably priced, I assume. Of course, for some may feel it is high, but look at it as an investment for the future. Don't hold back and go ahead with the whatever plan you have. And when you're driving a very long distance, you cannot look for signboards for your destination from your house itself. It is not going to be put up. Only when you're close to the destination, you will see the signboards to your destination. So similarly, look for have short-term goals. So if you're driving towards Kodaikanal, you get Salem on the way. So that is your short-term goal. Maybe your mid-year exam is one of your short-term goals, and try to reach that at a good pace. Try to cover a good portion of the syllabus before that, and then before you reach the NEET PG, again there's going to be a lot of time remaining. So maybe you could concentrate on the next November session exams before you actually reach your destination. That way you can break the entire journey into parts, and you will feel confident that you are achieving a good portion of the journey in the prescribed time. Generally, when you're driving to a hill station, which Kodaikanal is actually, you realize that the roads are now going uphill, your speed decreases, the altitude increases, the weather becomes colder, all these factors are there. So similarly, when you're nearing your destination or nearing the NEET PG, it is but natural to feel anxious, to feel that your speed is coming down, to feel that you don't remember anything, all these things. But you will get over these very easily once you're confident with your preparation. And especially on a long drive, some and parts of which are scenic, it is important for us to enjoy the drive. Otherwise, it really takes the fun out of it. Trying to say I'll enjoy only after I reach the destination, and treating the journey as a torture every inch of the journey. No. See, what you're reading now, what you're reading in terms of these 19 subjects is a wealth of knowledge. You would never have read so much of dermatology, so much of psychiatry, or so much of anesthesia any time in your MBBS career. It was not required also for most exams. But now you are learning all these things newly. Tomorrow, if you become a surgeon, there are many things which you would have read during this time, which will help you to understand what the anesthetist is doing in your theater, or how at least he will approach the case and these things. So similarly, every small specialty or every small extra bit of knowledge which you get over here is something which will stay with you throughout your life. So don't treat this whole period as a torture, rather treat this as a learning experience. Of course, you have to focus on the goal. You have to get a good rank in NEET PG, but all this matter which you're learning now is going to stay with you for life. So although Google Maps said I would reach in 8.5 hours, I reached a good 1 hour earlier within 7.5 hours. So that was a good time. And I didn't have a very fancy car with me. I have a basic Maruti Alto K10, which is actually a 2012 model, and doing good so far, and hope it does in future also. What I'm trying to say is it does not depend upon the gold standard apps, it does not depend upon the pathognomonic notes, it does not depend upon the guidebooks. It totally depends on you, how you use whatever of these resources you're using, how you use it, how you manage your time, how you're able to study, how you're able to revise, and ultimately how clever you are during the exam, how you keep your wits about you. All these things are what is going to ultimately determine your success. So like I always say, there is no success without you. That is the letter U. You are ultimately responsible for your success. My motto throughout the 11 editions of Sure Success has always been to make the journey of PG entrance easier and stress free, and that is what I aim to do with the 12th edition also. And of course, now that I'm a little more active on YouTube and of course on the Facebook group, I hope I will be able to help you guys more in the right direction. With the 12th edition coming out soon, I will possibly be able to help you guys as to how to use the book fruitfully in the coming few months, and ultimately help you achieve the success which you all want, that is a good rank which will lead to getting you the seat of your choice and ultimately getting on with it. All the best guys, study well.